delivering the right message to the right person at the right time and also at the right place.
As generative AI continues to revolutionize various industries, its impact on marketing is profound and far more reaching than any of the other industries. So, everyone, welcome to GenAI Show, where we deep dive into the ever evolving landscape of marketing in the age of generative AI. So, in this episode, we'll explore how AI is reshaping the way businesses approach marketing, from personalized content creation to campaigns. So today we have the privilege of hosting a seasoned expert in the field of marketing, Mr. Chiranjeevi, who brings a wealth of insights and experience to our discussion. So without any further ado, let's dive into this discussion. Hi, Mr. Chiranjeevi, how are you?
Hi, Karuna. I'm doing good.
Great. So thank
Thanks
you
for
for
those
joining
kind
us.
words.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us today. So we have a lot of exciting questions lined up for you. So are you ready to answer them?
Oh, yeah.
Great. So let's get started. The very first question I have for you is like with the advancements in the field of AI, especially with generative AI, how are the businesses getting impacted? Whether it's positive, it's negative, what's your perspective on it?
I would say there is, a great deal of positive effect,
Right.
right? Because, it is helping the businesses, especially the most important area I see. Um, there are many areas, but primarily I would see it as the customization, right? See, marketing is all about, we keep on talking about it, right? Delivering the right message to the right person at the right time and also at the right place, right? So, though technology was actually digital technology was making it happen, we have been having the systems which can deliver emails, messages, push notifications, and even customization of the websites up to some extent. But still it was kind of requiring human thinking all these days. Example, say imagine that there is a very big website,
Right.
right? You visit the website and I visit the website. If it is the same, you won't probably find it interesting,
Hmm.
right? Imagine, when you visit the website, it is customized for you, right? You see all the things that are related to you based on your past experience. For example, Amazon. Amazon, of course, it's an e-commerce store. It has to do all of those things so that it can generate interest, right? How about a regular website? Some other, content-based websites, right? So, but how the customization can happen? Previously, that was a question that required a lot of, kind of manual work. But with AI, that customization can become very easy now, right? Customized content. Just imagine, you go to the website and based on so many factors, right, it delivers the right content which is required by you right there without any human intervention. So how would you say it? And same happening for thousands of customers, right? So
Definitely,
that's
it
an area.
eases the task and brings a very positive change.
Absolutely. So there has been a case study like there is a car selling company, second-hand used car selling company, and they have millions of customers, right? And they wanted to create a very customized video for each of their users, right? And it seems they did it with the AI machine. They created all those videos using some AI, and they delivered the entire thing in just half a day. Otherwise, right, how much time it takes for us to create videos and then share. So customization, yes, that's an area that AI can play a crucial role, right? Customizing the message in whatever format it is. And then creativity, right? So I know some people may disagree with me that AI is creative, and what happens to all the creators who think very hard in creating things, right? But the other way to look at it, and based on so many studies, it has been proved that AI can actually enhance human creativity, right? So, like we discussed yesterday, it is not a replacement, it is an augmentation with AI. AI is going to be your assistant, right? So, when you actually work with AI, when you utilize AI in the creative fields, it enhances your outcome. In fact, based on my personal thinking, it actually enhances your creativity, right? So that is another area. And when it comes to the cost of intelligence, if you take a look at the whole picture, right? So your cost to manage the marketing department is going down because of AI. That means you can do more work. You can do more qualitative work, right? I've been seeing this whole space for a long time, right? So I've been seeing the changes over a period of time, and with these new facilities that are available, right, we are able to do better marketing, right? We are able to deliver the right message to the people at the right time. That is the key, right? If you can do that, you win the customer, right? So that you're helping the customer to choose or to make the right decisions, and that's the key. AI is a key. And of course, there is a lot of communication, collaboration, connectivity is happening because of AI, right? So AI is making a lot of people communicate, which is actually key for marketing. When people collaborate, when people actually come together, right? Uh, for example, there was a video of, you might have seen, Jen, uh, Jen Jennifer Lopez, right? So they created a AI version of Jennifer Lopez, and they released that video. And because of that, a lot of things happen, right? That means AI can actually make people come together, connect, and do a lot of things. So like that, there are so many advantages, right? But of course, there are challenges too, right? So yeah, hope I answered your question.
Yeah. So, of course, now that we have spoken about the business perspective from their point of view, it's definitely bringing a positive impact there. But also, from the other hand, if we see the marketers, okay, so as the advancements of generating AI tools is increasing, and there's always a concern in digital marketers that whether they lose their job to automation. Okay, so what's your perspective on this?
Mm, Gee, that's a very interesting question. So I would say, personally, in my personal opinion, they won't lose jobs, provided they are upgrading themselves,
Right.
right? If they feel that, okay, they're already good, they don't need to learn all of these new things, changing things faster, yes, they will lose a job, right? So one has to upgrade, to these new techniques, new tools, right? So one has to become relevant to the changing trends. Without that, yes, definitely there will be a shift, right? So, for example, let's say, just imagine that you are a business owner, right? So, whom would you like to hire now? Let's say you are a business owner. You want to hire someone who can actually do your creative work and all the marketing work. So, whom would you hire? Person A, right? Who is good, but he or she takes a lot of time to deliver the concepts and the content, etc. Person B is also good, but that person knows how to use lots of different tools that can actually make the work more easier, and the delivery time is reduced. This person is very fast, right? This person gives lots of options to you to choose from, right? So that you start feeling happy. You start feeling that something is happening, progress is visible. So which person would you choose?
Obviously, the B. But
So the what?
and like everything has pros and cons even here, according to the digital marketers, right? So if the business was hiring, let's say, two or three people on board back then, now they hire one person with a lot of AI tools. And if the business owner is little smarter, they'll just go ahead and buy the tools and do the work for themselves. So of course there are pros and cons, and it's like you said, it's like you need to start upgrading yourself. Only then you will survive in this market, or else of course it's obvious that they'll lose their job.
Yeah, in fact, what the point that you made, right? So I don't think. Just imagine yourself in that situation,
Mhm.
right? Instead of two, you won't hire one, right? Because this whole thing is getting done with one person. You multiply that. Just imagine yourself as an agency owner. You are able to serve a client with, one creative guy, or let's say two creative people. Now we can serve with one creative person. You don't remove that other person. You get a new client. How about that,
Oh,
right?
that's a nice
So
way of
yeah, your productivity is increasing. Your income is increasing.
Mm,
Yeah.
great. So now that we are speaking about the jobs and what is the role of a digital marketer these days. So what do you think that of course they traditionally handle jobs like say writing the content manually, and which used to take like 6 hours, 7 hours a day. So now that those things are getting fastened up, what do you see as a new role of marketers?
See, I would say since we are kind of getting released from a lot of thinking, a lot of hard work. Right now we
Mm,
have got time,
right.
right? Maybe we should focus on creating more better concepts instead of just writing. Right? Content writing is not just writing. Right? Content creation is not just writing. It is also coming up with concepts, ideas, right, which can actually bridge the gap between consumer and the business.
But
Right?
that
So
can be done with AI tools too.
oh, so that's where there is a misconception. AI is only a tool. AI is not like a commander, right? You are the commander, right? Who will use AI? Chat GPT, will it answer your question without, will it do something without you asking the question,
No, definitely not.
right?
Yeah,
So who will ask the question?
it's us.
How do you ask the question?
So we write a better prompt and exactly putting our rough thoughts or raw thoughts there, and we'll get a
So you
very
need to
processed
think.
one. Yeah.
You need to do the hard work,
Yeah.
right? In fact, I would say it is not easy. It is actually becoming a little hard,
Mhm.
right? If you take a look at the other side, previously no one was asking because they know that to write an article it takes 1 week. Now that they know, okay, hey, you can actually do it in a very less time. Why don't you do a better work, right? Now that everyone knows that ChatGPT can create an article, pressure will increase. Actually, you got to become more productive, right? You
Right.
should be able to ask the right questions. You should be able to generate better content than what you were doing, right?
So now that you have brought up this topic of asking the right questions, that's nothing but your prompt designing, right? So can you just give us a few tips and tricks on how we can write a better prompt?
See, basically, to understand the prompting, you need to understand how these tools actually work, right? So in the last session, I guess, what are LLMs? We talked about how the LLMs actually acquire this knowledge and how they function, right? So LLM treat it like, a very big knowledge base or a person who knows a lot of things, right? So if you are talking to a person who is very knowledgeable, how do you tap the knowledge from that person? You have to construct your question in a way that he or she can answer, right? You need to create the context, right? That means you need to ask, you need to use the right set of words so that it can actually work around it. For example, let's say you want to write a story. Yeah, I want to write a story on moon. So that's like very generic. It still does. But if you can add more details, like I want to write a story on moon, where are the two astronauts who went from the Earth to moon. They stayed there for 2 days, and they're facing some problems. Now, can you, kind of create a story around? There will be a difference, right? It's all about how many details you can add to your prompt, how you create that environment or context around your question. The more details, the more instructions, the better.
So when we are writing the prompts, I think one has to put a very deeper thought into it, like what exactly they want out of it, and frame the questions accordingly. Like the bigger and more elaborative your prompt is, the better output that you're gonna get. So that's fantastic. And now that, of course, there's this other thing that is coming up. Let's say if there are graphic designers out there, or even if, let's say, me as a person, I'm uploading something on social media which is being created by using a generative AI tool, right? Let's say if I'm picking up something from Midjourney or igebra.ai. So, what is your perspective? Like, if I'm using something from their website, okay, is this, do I have the rights on it? Who particularly have rights on that content that is being created? Can I use it everywhere? So, can you just give me what are the ethical considerations around using AI in digital marketing?
Well, there are still some confusion because the law changes from country to country,
Yeah.
right? So there were some discussions, there were some disputes, right?
Mhm.
Ideally, you are creating it. That's your piece of content.
Right.
You're not taking away somebody else's content because every piece of content is unique,
Mhm.
right? You are using a tool to generate content, right, by paying for it mostly,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So that means that you own the content,
Right.
but you have to attribute in some cases. In fact, that was a
Mhm.
debate that all these AI generated images, they need to have a tag that this is AI generated.
Okay.
Okay, but I guess now nobody's using that. I don't know. I saw some time ago Adobe Firefly was actually keeping the tag on their images, on the generated images.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So ethical in the sense means, of course, still there are debates happening. Some people are actually seeing Mid Journey as an evil, especially the photographers, the artists, right? So there's so much of drama happening in that space. But still, I guess we're in a very beginning stage. There may be new laws coming out, right?
Right.
Which may actually restrict the
Mhm.
usage, or give the attribution, right? So it will evolve over a period of time.
Right. So now that we have spoken about the content creation, the strategies, and everything, so the last question I have for you is, while we are setting up, let's say, ad campaigns, okay, so the other day I was doing the same. So at every step of the process, there's an AI automation, kind of option that I have, the feature I have, or let's say, even if I'm uploading something on social media, so we use Buffer, so even there we have something, a feature there. So it has definitely made the process very easier. But what do you think? Now that the process has become easier, I'm sure there must be certain things that a marketer should take care of even while using it, right? Should they completely be dependent on it, or should they cross check, or there are so many different things, right? So, what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, definitely. See, whatever the work that is done by AI, We have to cross check.
Yeah.
So on the campaigns, right? So
Mhm.
because of all these capabilities, for example, Facebook. Previously, when Facebook was started and we were setting up the campaigns, we have gone through all the hardships. Like we need to specify each and everything very precisely, right? The ages, the locations, and other areas, interests, and all those things. Now, Facebook can understand your target audiences by the content that you put in. Maybe it can even read the images, right? Right? Current AI systems, they can actually understand what is there in your image,
Yeah.
right? That means you don't need to explicitly specify any information about your campaign. They understand. But at the same time, you have to watch, right?
Yeah.
AI is not perfect. No AI system in the world is perfect, right? That means you are the judge. You have to see whether you are able to actually get what you wanted to get, right? That's why, you know, humans' time will be going into that area, evaluation,
Mm.
assessment, okay, and making decisions.
Great. So, as AI continues to advance, right? So, the last question for you: how do you envision the impact of generative AI on the future of marketing? What are the some potential opportunities that you see, and some potential challenges that you see for the marketers? Let's say in the year by the year 2030.
That's actually too much into the future based on how things are happening. That's almost like 6 years, right?
Let's say next year, 2025.
2025, I see, lots of things getting automated. So every area of marketing is getting automated,
Right.
right? Content creation is really, and the search engine optimization, the
Mm.
very fundamental concept of search engine optimization is changing,
Mhm.
right? We already discussed. Nobody would want to actually go to Google and ask a question now,
Mhm.
until unless they are doing research, right? Most of the consumers, it seems already 25% of the Google's traffic is gone, right? Because everyone is going to other tools like Perplexity, u.com, or even ChatGPT. Because consumer, they don't care, right? They want an easy interface. They want to do their job easily, right? So that means when you're optimizing the website, probably you should consider that fact.
Yeah.
Okay, just in the old methods of yeah, adding keywords and writing long form of content and building the backlinks, all those things will change, right? So there will be a shift in that specific area, and the campaigns we already have seen. So you will have more power, right? You will have more tools to choose from, and then let's say after the lead acquisition, also there are so many changes now. For example, take a look at HubSpot, right?
Mhm.
After you have acquired the lead, now we can build a lot of intelligence around it, right? Previously, of course, there was some automation in marketing. Now the marketing automation will go to the next level, right? For example, let's say you submitted a form, right? And with your permission, they can send you lots of interesting things now. Without knowing that it is you, they can actually gather a lot of data around your profile based on your actions, and AI can fire messages. I guess that would be like very, 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 very fascinating area,
Yeah.
right? For any business, what do they need? They want to actually send out, they want to reach out to the right customer at the right time. Let them take the action, right? That's why marketing, it has been a fascinating thing for me all these years, and it will become more fascinating, and it reduces, the complexities, right? And it'll help the marketers, and I would say it'll also help the consumers because they won't receive all crap that they
Yeah.
receive today, right? Your email inbox is filled with lots of crap, unnecessary things, right? Just imagine you receive a very, very relevant, focused, precise communication in your email.
Mm. Yeah.
That's a good thing for you so that you can make a decision.
Definitely. Right. So that was lovely talking to you, understanding more about how AI is impacting the marketing industry. And of course, there are a lot of questions that were there in our audience's, minds, that whether it's a good thing, it's a bad thing, what about the businesses, the marketers. So thank you for sharing your insights on this. And for everyone who is watching us, we'll see you in the next episode with one more interesting topic for all of you. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
joining.
you, Kevin. Yeah.